Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, as you saw in the clip before, we have a bit of an issue with the race car. And here she is all covered up. But let's kind of go over this issue a little bit. So let's go ahead and uncover her. Got our to-do list over there. But, oh, it's dark in here, you can't see. Anyways, the issue with this car is that we're having trouble downshifting it around high-speed corners because you can't heel toe. And that was the reason I spun it in the clip before, because you downshift this thing into third, the transmission, the engines are not matched, and it speeds up the wheels and it just whips you around, and there's almost nothing you can do. So that's one of the big problems we're addressing, but let me show you guys what we have over here. This is going to be our new transmission for the car, and this is not a traditional transmission in terms of using the clutch. So instead of having synchros, this thing has dogs right here. So basically you don't need the clutch. It's starting and stopping. And you just pull it and these dogs engage and they're really sloppy. So you just kind of yank it into gear and off you go. And so instead of having to heel toe, we'll just have to have one foot on the brake, one on the gas. When we want to downshift, we'll blip the throttle, shift that thing down, and it'll be perfect. Because the way that car is set up, it's not meant to heel toe. So that's one of our big issues. Right now, as you can see, that transmission's all blown apart. So we're going to go ahead and finish this thing up, and we'll check back in with you guys. All right, welcome back, guys. So as you saw before, the transmission was apart, but now it is complete, and it's ready to go in the car. So it shifts, everything works, and it's kind of a miracle everything works because I have zero experience rebuilding these, and I just kind of went for it, and somehow it worked out. So we got our triple disc clutch that's going to get swapped in because this thing is kind of running a factory clutch right now. So we're going to change that. And then I need a new flywheel. And I called Tilton and they wanted $600 for, this is for an old style small block Chevy. And for the new one, the like 85 and up small block, they wanted $600. So if anybody has one for a later model small block Chevy and wants to trade, that would be great because $600 for a flywheel seems ridiculous. But anyways, so let's go take a look at our list here of what needs to get done before next season. So we had Jerico, so rebuild the transmission. We need an alternator, new water neck, flywheel, 600 question mark. And the only big thing we got to cross off today was the Jerico, which is our transmission. So that's done. And that's going to be a big step. So a lot of people were kind of wondering, or they were saying, well, why do you need a clutchless transmission? Just heel toe. Well, I'm going to pull this thing out into the light here a little bit and show you why that's just not possible with this car. So first, we got to see if this hunk of junk will move so we can scooch that out into the light for you guys here. So let's see if this thing will start. All right, give this thing a few pumps on the gas. Make sure it's in neutral. Come on. Close. Let's see. Oh, come on. All right, well, let's give up on that idea and just push this thing. Okay, so in a previous video, a lot of people were saying just heel toe the car. If you're a real driver, you would heel toe. Well, let me kind of show you guys why in these Nascars and Trans Am cars, it is very hard to heel toe. And what I mean by heel toe is you're pressing the brake with one foot, the clutch with the other, and tapping the gas in between the shift to match the engine RPMs. So let's take a look in here, and I'll kind of show you guys what the issue is. So, down here in the pedals, you're digging into the brakes hard, and you're trying to move your foot over to the right here and tap the gas. And as you can see in this car, it is just not possible. So that's where the Jerico is going to come into play, because we won't need the clutch at all. We'll just be like this, and we'll be braking hard into a corner, and then we're gonna downshift, blip the gas, and shift it. And that's all you need to do. So you basically don't have to use the clutch, really just for starting and stopping. So that is seriously gonna make a big difference in the way this thing drives. Also, right now, we just have kind of a stock clutch in this, but switching to the triple disc tilt and clutch will make a big difference if I can ever afford to get that flywheel. So in the videos coming soon, we're going to be installing the transmission into the car. We will be taking the car down to an airport to do some test runs, and I have to practice this clutchless shifting because this is all new to me. So that's going to be a pretty good video, especially going down to the airport and testing is always a lot of fun. But yeah, we definitely have some good upgrades for this car. I got to find some more tires for the thing, but as soon as we get this transmission installed and get it running again, we'll be headed down to do some testing. I'm hoping also this year to get a lot more footage racing this car. I've kind of been slacking last year because I'm just learning the car and learning how to drive it, so getting footage is kind of a secondary effort. But anyways, let's go ahead and move this thing back and cover it back up. Okay, so we went over why you can't heel toe this thing. And a lot of people say these transmissions are clutch assisted, but you can see here how much slop when you shift this thing. Like right now, that's shifting it. Hang on a second. Jeez Louise, that's hard to shift. When that's shifted into fourth gear, there's so much slop there that instead of the synchros, it'll just kind of clunk into gear. And even on the downshifts, like right now we're in fourth gear, and if we downshift to third here, it's just gonna kind of clunk right into gear just like that. Upshift, downshift. So it's gonna make a huge difference. We're basically just running a stock T10 in the car right now, which is, it's okay, but it's not great. I mean, you really gotta slow down in the corners before you can shift because those pedals just aren't set up to heel toe. So anyways, let's go ahead and push this thing back. And supposedly it's supposed to be light, but oh, it's still in gear. Supposedly race cars are supposed to be light, but oh, this thing is a barge. Oh, easy, easy. Oh, cut the wheel. All right, straight back, come on. But that's one part that makes these kind of NASCAR Trans Am cars fun, is that they're not the smallest cars ever. And they just kind of like to be big and slide around the track. But I really enjoy driving cars like this. Let's give this Roadster one more try and see if it'll back into its spot. I think it wants to be out and go and get driven and not just sit back where it was. It's not happy about that. All right, come on, baby. Come on. No. Amateur operator here. Woo! All right. Just barely, but she made it. So that's just gonna about wrap up this video. Hopefully soon the transmission will be in and ready to go. And we'll be out at the airport testing and doing our no lift shifting, which I'm excited for. So until the next one, thank you for watching and we'll see you later.